Hello, everyone. Today is June 17th, 2021. This is the Kubernetes storage SIG meeting. So today we'll first go over 1.22 planning spreadsheet. So the next deadline is code freeze, which is July 8th. So it's actually coming. And then I see there's one topic at the end. It's about SMB CSI driver. All right, so let's first go through this. The first item on this spreadsheet is the delegate FS group to CSI driver instead of a kubelet. Do we have Herman here?
Yeah. So the CSS spec change got merged, and we have this work in progress. Xing, I think, is doing the kubelet changes required in kubelet, and I have split the items. There's two cards basically, one in the Azure file CSS driver and one is kubelet. So yeah, we should get it done.
Okay, great. Thank you. And the next one is the CSI online offline resizing update.
Yeah, it's going to remain in beta. There's no update to this itself because it was blocked on the next item.
Oh, okay, right. Thank you. Then this item is a recover from resize failure. So how is this one going?
Yeah, this one is, I started working on it. I wrote, I made the API changes. I have I have like quite a bit of it written down actually. I was not sure how to split this into other cards because it's kind of dependent on each other. Like until you get the API change, you can't do the quota thing, or you cannot make the changes into the controller. So yeah, I'll see if I can split it and maybe but yeah, until the API changes are there, like it cannot be worked on by other folks parallelly, but I'll try to get there.
You do like maybe one PR dependent on the other?
Yeah, so I'll try to get the API changes done by next week sometime. I have already most of it done by next week, like
Okay,
maybe Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, thank you. And next one is CSI entry read-only handling. This is a bug fix. Oh, okay. So this is I think this is the bug fix that has been there for quite a long time. Is it Humble?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Chen.
Yeah. If Humble is online, I gave him a ping and he said he would be taking a look at it again.
Okay.
He will get back to me. After the FS group change, if this is still outstanding, I can take a look.
Okay. Thank you. Next one is the issues related to assuming volumes among points. This is a bug fix. Do we have a Mukahit or Jean here?
Yes. So again, this was blocked by a race we haven't solved, but actually, Clinton had a big PR in Kubernetes side, and so I think the main change there would help us to solve, I believe, this race. And but his PR is big, needs some time to be merged, and I will follow up on that, and then after that we might see the previous reverted PR again to see whether that can be merged again to solve this issue.
Okay. Thank you, Jean. And next one is storage capacity tracking for POP scheduling. is Patrick here? Do we have any update on this? Michelle, do you know, do we have anything to work on for this?
I think for these items, I think there's just continuing, more bug fixing this cycle, but that's about it.
Okay. Thank you. And the next one is Patrick again, PVC inline ephemeral volume. So one bug fix. Michelle, Yang, have you been following up with this? I see that last update is known as the bug fix out. I don't know who has been reviewing that.
Yeah, I have been reviewing that. I think the PR is still pending, but it's close to being merged.
But that feature works fine, right? I mean, is it just a small bug or is it a serious bug?
Wait, this one is the ephemeral volumes one?
Yeah.
It's a bug when it's a bug if you're using the what is it, the volume attach limit, the volume node limit. It's not accounting for it.
Okay.
So if you restrict, if your plugin restricts the number of volumes that can be attached to a node, and you use this feature, it's not being counted.
Okay. I can see why that would be a problem, but it seems pretty minor.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. Okay, next one, spreading over failure domain. So this one's still depending on the next one, which is volume group. I have not got a chance to update this one yet, so I need to do this one soon. And next one is a CSI out retreat, move iSCSI driver, fit and finish.
So Humble is still doing quite a bit of work on this. He has an open PR with one final blocker, and he's asked for help for that from Hamont and Michelle, who left a comment a few days ago. So it's still in progress, and he views this as the final blocker to get the driver completely finished.
Okay, thank you. And next one is move samba CSI driver to GA. So do we don't have anyone working on this? Looks like Andy and Julie is not some work here. Does anyone know? Michelle, or is Andy and Julie here maybe?
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm here. Oh,
Hi.
Oh, hi, I'm Julie. I'm here.
Julie. Do you have any update on this item? Are you working on this with Andy?
Oh, yeah. This is the item I entered in the MISC. It's like provide a update on the SMB CSI driver GA plan. So the rough update is the Linux part is quite stable now. So Andy have already cut a release in the market GA. And for the Windows part, two main things are left. One is we needed to testing and switch to the CSI proxy GA version. And another thing is there is a Windows Node register issue. We are waiting for that to be fixed before we announce the SMB CSI Windows part GA. These are the two main things left.
Okay, so you're going to announce them separately, or are they going together?
Separately. Linux
okay.
part is already GA'd, yeah.
Oh, it's already GA. Oh, I thought it's RC. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So should this is so dev lead is Andy and you? Should
Andy. Yeah.
Andy. Okay.
Yeah, Andy. I will also help him, bring the SMB CSI driver to GA.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next one is to send out deprecation notice for fluxvolumes. We talked about this last time. So I drafted a message. Michelle, if you can take a look. I think I shared with you, Michelle, and also Matt.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Next one is PBC volume snapshot namespace transfer. Do we have Mustafa here? No update? Okay. I believe he was saying last time, after last meeting, he was saying that he was not clear on what to do next. So, so Christian, I don't know if Christian.
Yeah.
You
I had a meeting with him after the last SIG storage and discussed a bit more about the previous KEP along with the alternate proposal, which has a working proof of concept.
Okay.
And I believe it was Masaki who submitted that, although I may have the name mistaken. And I think based on that meeting, he said he was going to either schedule a call or work on Masaki's proof of concept further. That was my understanding of the direction, but that may be incomplete.
Okay, so maybe I'll say this one is work in progress then. Thank you. Okay, volume health. So I think last meeting I was saying that we want to write down some details. So I'm in the middle of writing down some different request use cases. So based on that, we can have another meeting and to discuss. Volume populator data source, Ben.
I'm still working on the PR. It hasn't been submitted yet.
Thank you. Next one is Cozy. Srini or Ben, you want to give an update on this?
We've been going back over some of the original design decisions. The community has changed a little bit, and we're basically trying to make sure that all of the design decisions that were made in Cozy, because this design stretches back like a year, based on the feedback from the API team, that it all still makes sense. And so we're sort of relitigating some of the old arguments, but we're coming to the same conclusions more or less. It's just a slow process. Okay. Trying to get the design architecture API, solid. Make sure everyone's on board with it.
Thank you. Yeah, and there is a design meeting on Cozy right after this meeting. So if you're interested, you can join that meeting. Next one is a change block tracking. I don't know if Fang is on call. I don't think we have got any update. I think he's still working on the documentation part of the suite. The next one is a new read-only access mode. Chris, do you have an update? So Chris is not here. Michelle, do you know the status of this?
Yeah, he has a couple PRs in flight. I think he's making good progress on this.
Thank you.
The CSI change, it depends on, it made it into the 1.15 release.
Oh yeah, yes. Okay.
So it's just a matter of the Kubernetes side pieces now. Although given that it's alpha, will there be a feature gate wrapped around it on the Kubernetes side? I don't know.
Correct. Yes.
There will be?
An alpha gate?
Yeah. Or feature gate.
Yeah. Of course.
This is the entry of our feature gate, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next one is CSM proxy for Windows.
Yes. So Mauricio and I and Luke had a meeting yesterday, and we talk about the release plan, and Virtual did all the work. Had a few new PRs merged. There's one last pending, which Marshall, you want to talk about it? Since I see Marshall is here too.
Sure. So I think that we're done with all of the changes that we had because of the API review. And those changes will be part of a new beta release. We're calling it V1 Beta 3. And at the same time, I added a few integration tests to make sure that we're not breaking backwards compatibility, or we're maintaining backwards compatibility with the existing API. And so far, we haven't seen any problems. I have already integrated it with GC, PD, CSI, and it was working fine with the migration tests. So we decided to also bump the V1 Beta 3 versions to V1. And as part of the RC, we're going to release both APIs. And that will help us test V1 directly in PDCSI. And eventually we'll cut the true GA probably later next week, I'm not sure. I think that things are looking tentative for CSI Proxy and GA.
Is that GA next week? Glenn?
So yeah, if no more like other issues,
Okay.
very likely like at the end of next week, we will give some time for driver to test it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, next one, CSM migration core. Jiawei or Matt? Looks like they're not here.
Yeah, I don't think there's much update here.
Okay.
I think there's a couple of bug fixes that are being tracked, I think, but nothing super major.
Okay. Thank you. And next one is Deprecate in-tree drivers.
Yeah, so I think PRs were sent out to have deprecation notices for, I think, Scale.io or actually Scale.io was removed.
Okay.
Deprecation notices were sent out for Storage OS and Quobyte, I believe.
Okay. Thank you. Next one is CSM Operation vSphere. I don't have additional update on that other than the PR. I think it's still out. It's still being reviewed. Next one is system migration Azure disk. And the next one is Azure file. Michelle, do you know anything about this? Just on track or?
I don't have any new updates on these.
Okay. Same update. And the next one is GC, CSM Operation GCE.
Just Azure file, a small quick update is like, because you got the CSS spec change done, so Andy's working on the FS group support in Azure file CSS driver.
Oh, you mean the Azure one?
Yeah.
Is it for file, right? That's not for.
Yeah, that's for file. So it's
Okay.
like one. Yeah.
Okay, I think it's a file. Okay. Thank you. So CSM Migration GCE, do we have any update on this or?
Yeah, I think basically they're still trying to debug performance issues. I think right now it's pointing to some sort of problem either in the API server or the client Go. But it seems like, yeah, there's some performance regression between 120 and 121.
Okay.
Control plane performance regression, right?
Yeah, as in like the informers, the informers on the sidecars, they seem to be a lot slower for some reason. They're still trying to debug what's going on there.
Thank you. Next one is CSM Migration AWS. Windows support. I don't know if Matt is here. Michelle, do you know anything about this?
I've seen PRs out for adding Windows support to the EBS driver, so I think that's making progress. There was also, I believe, a bug fix that was outstanding regarding the way that they do topology. I'm not sure about if that has merged yet. Jan, do you know?
So Jan is not on the call.
But I don't pay attention. So what is this?
This is the EBS migration topology bug where they were putting both topology labels on the PV.
I think this was fixed, if I remember correctly. This was merged.
I forget if we needed to make changes in the translation library to also handle this properly or something like that.
No, the library is okay, as long as the driver is fixed.
Okay, so that's that one. And then it's this one. Okay, this is Ceph FS and Ceph RBD CSM migration. Is okay, I think there was a message sent out, right?
Yeah, Humble sent out a email to Kubernetes dev, I think, seeing if trying to gauge community use of the in-tree Ceph driver. I think we'll have to give it some time for people to respond and see what we get.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, and I think next one we already talked about this is the topology label from beta to GA. Debian has a PR that is being reviewed. And control water mode conversion between source and target PVC. Yeah, so Ronak just started to take a look and see if he can come up with something on this. Next one is secret protection. Is Masaki here? Okay, I think it's probably still same as before. The cap is not merged. There's still some concerns. And next one is the one that we co-own with SIG auth, user ID ownership in config maps and secrets. So is this okay, Herman, what is the status of this? Is this the one that got merged? This is a different one. Maybe not this one. There's one that they got a extension. Maybe not. I don't know if it's this one or it's a different one. Hamant? Or is it Jawe? Jawe will follow. Okay. So yeah, I'm not sure what is the status for this.
This is sorry. This is the design only, right? Like and.
Okay, so this is not. There's another one. I thought there's a that they got an extension. Maybe we don't have that tracked here. I thought there was another one.
There's no update.
Oh, that's this one. That's this
yeah.
one. Okay, all right. I got this.
But this one, there's no update. Like it
okay.
still needs some update from author. Like yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next one is this Nongraceful No Shadow. So I think the Ben's cap did not get merged. James have some concerns. And he also have some comments on the cap, which I still need to address. So I did some additional testing.
We have a CSI community meeting next Wednesday where hopefully we can hash out the issues with James, that James had.
Yeah.
I had been hoping to get to it before then, but I think it'll just have to wait for that meeting.
Okay. Yeah. So other than that, so I also did more testing on 1.21, which I think previously only did that on 1.19. So on 1.21, the problem still exists. So still have this, basically when you shut down one node, the workload is not going to move to another node that is up. So with the fix, it actually worked with this testing. Okay. Moving on to next, which is enable user namespace in kubelet. So UIDs get shifted. How long have you been following up with this? How long are you talking? Okay, cannot hear you.
Sorry, the namespace one, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you have. So we know that it's the cap got merged, right? They got an exception that's approved.
Yeah.
What is? Do we have any other update other than that?
I don't know. Haven't kept up the rate with it. It doesn't actually like most of the storage pieces don't work with it. There's some pieces like so. Yeah, but we might have to review it. But I haven't taken a look recently.
Okay. Next one is a PVC created by SQL set will not be auto removed. Is Matt here? Michelle, do you know the status of this?
I've seen updates on the PR, so I think he's actively working on this.
Okay. So the next one is a warning expansion for SQL set. So just check with Shalini. She said that she will try to update this next week. Next one is execution hook container notifier for application snapshot. We are still waiting for Signode to review and hopefully get it approved. Next one is utils mount split to a new repo. Do we have a Srini here today?
I believe this is done.
Oh.
I think the only PR left is to add a deprecation notice to the old repo.
Okay.
I'll follow up with him on this.
Okay. Thanks, Michelle. And the next one is prioritization and volume capacity. Are we doing anything on this? Michelle, do you
There was still some leftover changes from the alpha.
okay.
I think I just saw the PR got rebased, so I think he's working on this.
Thank you. And the next one is CSI service account token. This is targeting GA. Michelle, do you know if this one is still on track?
Yes, I just spoke to Shi Hong yesterday, and he said he's going to start working on this.
Okay. Sounds good. I think that's all we have on this spreadsheet. Going back here, looks like we don't have additional items because I think, Julie, we already talked about this one, right? The last item.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Are there anything else everyone want to discuss here? If not, I think that's it. You'll have 24 minutes back. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.